Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for checking it out anyway. Happy Trail Tuesday. And it's nice. Oh, wow. What a beautiful day. I hope that it is beautiful where you are. I hope you feel beautiful. Right now in Santa Fe, New Mexico, it is a balmy 57 degrees. No, that's not true. Humidity is only 19%. On and off. The wind speed is around 15 miles an hour. But it's 57 degrees right now in the city different, Santa Fe, New Mexico. Well, LinkedIn is at the top. They made it. They made it to the top of the show. Email addresses, allegedly, there's a problem. If you have a LinkedIn account, you need to check it out because apparently there's a way of checking out without joining the service. What your phone number is and what your email is, and that's pretty hot because say you didn't want people just getting your email and your phone number to your business without making some sort of connection, and that's kind of what LinkedIn is all about. So there will be a little some court skirmishes, if you will. This thing may not get blown out, but you can check this story out, of course, at bbc.com, and if you go to the news or technology section, you can find that's right at the top. So happy April Fool's Day. It is April 1st, 2014. Like to take this time, since it's so beautiful outside, to remind you to turn off your geocode on any type of device you may be videoing your kids or your loved ones, especially in their house, in their bedroom, or in the bathtub, or in the bathtub with the bath water. No, seriously, at their school, in front of their school, you may not care. Why should I care, Sean? Tell me, how you gonna do it if you really don't give a damn? So just a friendly reminder from your neighborhood ninja. Turn off, that's right, just a friendly reminder from your neighborhood ninja to turn off geocoding and protect your family. You may not know that such a thing exists. Pinpoint where you're at, or where your daughter or where your son lays their precious little head at night. You don't want that. I don't want that. I want you to if you don't know how to do it, get online or ask somebody that does. Don't be scared. There's no reason to be afraid. I would say just make some real good decisions. But since it's springtime and I got this on my mind, I can't help it because it's such a beautiful album. Justin Timberlake and 2020, or JT, affectionately known as JT, and the Tennessee Kids. All right, some really real good music. So they have a song on that album called, on the first volume, I guess volume 1 or 1 of 2, off of that deluxe 2020 experience by JT, is called I don't remember. I don't remember, but I have it right here. You hear that? Probably not that well. Check it out for a second. That's it. That's it. I can't do more than that. That's all I can do. Or they'll send them people. Or they'll send them people. We don't want them to send them people. But I thought I would let you know at the top of the show that folks, Sheezy, if you have a LinkedIn account, you need to check it out and see just how you know, if you're paying premiums, by the way, in some sort of way, and you may not know that you've paid for something, or allegedly, or however you do it, and you know, that's being violated allegedly by you know, there's something called hack in to LinkedIn and give me that address. I don't want to meet this person. I just want the information. And that kind of, you know, is it wrong? Is it right? I'm not sure. It's not for me to say. You know, if I was paying for something for a specific reason and somebody was able to just put in a browser a button allegedly to, you know, then I'm wasting my money. If that's what I wanted, is to make a connection before actually giving out that information. It's kind of weird, but I'd like to know your thoughts on it. If you care one way or the other, doesn't matter. I feel like there's no privacy on the internet, and I believe, and this is Seanism, that it's a fallacy to have that paradigm that somewhere somehow people are not selling your information. They call it whatever they want. I mean, they could say, you know, there comes a time, folks, all the good people of the world, listen up. There comes a time when if you have a company and you have a huge client list or customer list, there will be a time when somebody drives up to your establishment in a Brinks truck, allegedly. You can spell that any way you want. In a truck, in a big armored truck that holds a whole lot of money. That time, it's just a matter of time. It doesn't matter what someone says or what they did before, what the history was. We know, and I love the analogy or the symbology used in Lord of the Rings about that. Is that you can look at it in several ways, but I always interpret it with authority. I always think about it in those terms: authority or money. There's a breaking point somewhere. So, you know, if you got a little how you say antivirus, and this is why, you know, allegedly why I stopped using AVG. They were great for about a year and a half, and I was this close to getting a paid subscription or paying for the program, throwing them a little change, you know. And you can do that too. You can go to my site if any of my information has helped you, memesit.com. And there's a donation button there. If you'd like to buy me a cup of coffee, by all means. I'm not, but more than that, I'd like you to leave a comment, you know, whether or not you like the show. And if you do, hit like. And if you really like the show, subscribe. And, you know, if you don't have any ninjas in your neck of the woods, and you think it's kind of cool to hang out with a ninja and talk about all this crazy stuff, you know, come on back, and I'll be right here. Hopefully, allegedly, if you ever just need to hear the sound of a crazy ninja's voice. By all means, you know, we really want to provide a service. But so at some point, all of a sudden, somebody allegedly drove up with a Brinks truck, allegedly, and all of a sudden they sold all their customers out. You know, all the information. All of a sudden I started getting emails from companies that I would have never, anyway, allegedly. But that's why that told my draws, if you will, with them. That was it. You know, and I really did. I was telling everybody about them, all the customers that were coming in. I was suggesting it, and, you know, just on my suggestion, we were putting it in, and, you know, there was a whole lot of bloatware. I felt cold and alone and abused. Like somebody had just taken a piece and didn't leave no money on the table. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can relate with that, but I felt used. And it was sad because, to me, I was disappointed. It wasn't like sad, like I broke down and started crying. But I was very disappointed because I had been, you know, advocating that company over and over and over again, you know, to perhaps hundreds of customers, and it was really just a real big disappointment. So I said all of that to say I went halfway around the hemisphere. Or the globe to tell you, you know, be careful. Be careful. Decide wisely who you're going to give all your information to. That's all I can say on that. And here's an example of it. You know, that doesn't involve somebody giving LinkedIn a truckload of money. They just kind of decided and looked at, in their opinion, according to the agreements and all that jazz, it's okay for them to put in a browser hack. Why would you even put hack? You know, with the connotation of that, hack in. So that's my thought on that. I want to know your thoughts because to me that's important news. You know, whether or not there will be it will be determined whether if there's a violation or not to that company and to those customers. That's a whole other thing, but I just want you to be aware of it. And another big piece of news for technology is that OKCupid, big dating service, has really come on and asked their customers to avoid using Firefox, allegedly. And that story is on BBC.com. And if you follow my theme here, or if you check out the show often, I go with BBC.com a lot because they don't seem to be influenced by the amount of money from the United States that what I like to, from the old school, hey, a little bit of hush money, hey. They're not as exactly influenced that way. So I'll find stories on this site, and you can too, that you may not see here in the States, or you may not see as soon, you know. So take advantage of that if you would, and go by and they're still not asking for any money, folks. I mean, I know tons of online RSS feeds, you know, blogs, you know, online newspapers. They're just all after your dough, hard-earned dough. And that's fine if you want to. Our motto at Memes IT is support what you like, so that it can stay around a little while longer in its current form. Things get tight, things get desperate, and things might be around, but it just won't be the same. So think about that. I want to say much love to Rev Run, and just because, you know, he sends out positive, uplifting tweets and messages, and I like that a lot. But in other news, you can go to Wired.com. Wired. You can go to Wired.com and see for yourself. There is a few stories that caught my attention, and I think I highlighted one of them yesterday. Was this some wise person decided to put a big, it looks like art, but they're really big baskets for condensation, so that water can collect in areas where it's really hard to get water. So I think this is a good idea for the whole world, you know, personally, myself, because things are going to be pretty bad, folks, you know, and you won't really know about it until it's right upon us. So just because, you know, and I don't want you to worry about this stuff. I mean, we don't really have a lot of control over what happens globally, what Mother Nature does, or what the planet does, or what the sun does, or what Pluto does, or whatever. We don't have any control over that. So there is really no reason to be overly concerned about things we cannot control. Trust me. Trust me. I'd like to say happy birthday, I suppose, to Gmail. Looks like they're getting kudos for 10 years. And that's good. You know, more power to anything that helps in that regard, where you can keep all kinds of prices down. And the more there is competition, the more that's able to happen. I hope everything's going well in your world. And I wanted to address XP, Windows XP. Everybody that's a small company, even big companies, are freaking out, because apparently April 8th is supposed to be the last day of actual support for updates as it applies. And if you know what an update means, that's big news. So I have a suggestion. Most people might not like it, but I am really into this Oracle VM virtual box. Google that. Go to their site, Oracle. That's O-R-A-C-L-E. If you don't know about it, you're going to absolutely love it. And if you have some hardware, if you have over 4 gigs of RAM, you're really going to love it, because it doesn't need 4 gigs, but it's much nicer to run Oracle VM virtual box. And they're not paying me. I'm only talking about it and giving them a huge plug, or a well-deserved plug, because they're still not charging for the basic package for that, you know. So you can get virtual machines made for you, tailored to fit your business or your situation or whatever you need it to do. So keep that in mind. And that's my idea, is if you really have to, if you gotta have it, if you need XP to continue your business, because you can go to wired.com and read all about that. But if you need it, I would say go ahead and take your installation disk. I still have mine. And, you know, you can call me, you can say what you want, but I still got mine, just because. And I don't even think it's Service 3. I don't think it's Service Pack 3, which complicates things, because as I understand it, Service Pack 3 is no longer an update, or it hasn't been for quite some time. But I still have my original with all the hologram and all that, and the key, installation key. So, and I'm going to try this. If you're interested, let me know. I'm going to, because it's just a theory right now. I've used Oracle Virtual Machine for, I don't know, 3 years, without much problem, and to my elation, to my utter elation. And it kind of gave me it was very inspiring the first time that I saw and was able to use it. And so I got right on it and started playing with it, and, you know, and making sure that it wasn't just hype. And I can tell you it's not hype. Virtual machines are where it's at, especially if you have a situation. And I it's just me. It's just Seanism here saying that try loading Windows XP as a virtual machine. I think it might be a great idea. You got firewall from that, then you have whatever system you're running it on, that firewall, and then if you got a really good system going, you have another firewall, and you're not your files and all that, your NAS and your SAN, none of that sitting out in front of where by the router. That's after a couple of firewalls, you know, and you got it going on. You have nothing to worry about. Put XP in a VM, in a virtual machine, and get on with your business and get on with your life. You know, but again, that's just Seanism, because, you know, I have had no problem loading virtual machines, and I kind of like the idea that you don't have to have, you know, count with me, folks, 10 or 20 computers. You know, you can have virtual machines. You can have a ton of RAM, and just get busy. You can have 4 or 5 machines open at the same time. You know, you the monster. You're the IT King Kong around these parts. You know, so if you haven't, and it's just an idea, it's just a suggestion. If you don't like it, if you find that it doesn't suit your needs, you know, or for some reason or another, drop me a line. Say, you big waterhead ninja, that ain't the thing to do. It ain't working. Hamburger. So, this is my thought on that. I want you to hit like if you like the show. Thanks for watching. We call this the red light rush because, you know, it never fails. 12 o'clock, even 11:45, some days 10:30. The major thoroughfares here in our fair city just get overwhelmed with traffic because people are really trying to get to it, whatever it is, and they just forget, you know, who they are and where they came from and who raised them. They don't represent their family well, and in the heat of the race to the red light, hauling ass to the red light, and not, you know, paying attention that, hey, these lights are timed for a different type of traffic than it was at 9:30 a.m. And now, so what you have is people going from one light and expecting to catch that other light. Nah, ninja. No, that's not the way it works. Not in Santa Fe. And you can drive as fast as you want in some cases, and you'll never. I've tried it. Only reason I know this is because I've tried it. I tried it. Once upon a time, I could not appreciate the New Mexico way. I just didn't. I didn't really appreciate. I don't know what to say. I was an ignorant ninja. You know, I just. Well, to my credit, I had just come from another city that was a lot more faster paced than here in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and it took a little getting used to. And I had to get used to the culture. And then as I ate more and more green chili, New Mexico green chili is the bomb. I started to get into a New Mexico state of mind, if you will, QJ, you know, and that's why we call it the red light rush, because you know, if you get a chance to check out one of our shows or videos at a red light, please, by all means, drop us a line. Anything to convince the boss that we are actually making some leeway, that what we're doing counts. Because I like doing it. But, you know, also we're looking for a volunteer that needs some time toward classes where for a producer. So any of you good young people must be 18 years of older for sure. You know, no drama. You know, Michael Jackson and all that. May he rest in peace. And all that. That taught a lot of ninjas what not to do. Number one, stay out of the booty house. Number two, be good to yourself. And number three, be good to others. Be good to others. Those are simple rules that you can use to guide yourself. You may not make $1 billion, and you may be able to sleep at night. But you know, these are good rules to follow. And here at Black IIT, we take the rules real serious. All right, I've been to some holding tanks and to some county jails back when I was buck wild. You know, and off the chain, if people still know what that means. Thank you, 3-6 Mafia. What's up to Tennessee? Thank you. One of the first black music Oscar, the first hip hop or rap music, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I don't know what we calling it these days. I think hip hop is a real cool. Rap is, you know, people just hate rap. They hate the word rap. Can't stand that I think I like hip hop, but you can call it rap. You can call it whatever you want. But so one of these news stations or news sites wants people to buy a tool set to dismantle their devices without breaking them up or scratching them up. And I would say, yeah, that's a good idea if you have permission, all right, to do that. You know, if you just bought something and you broke the screen and you think it's a good idea to go have it fixed, you might get to the phone guy or the phone man or whatever his name is, what do they call phone techs in your neck of the woods. He may just be starving for the dollar, and he may neglect out of pure bias, because he might just need that money, to ask you if it's under warranty. Did you buy the warranty, or is it still under its manufacturer warranty? Because most likely that'll go, if he's not, you know, one of those manufacturer certified techs, that might be the end of your warranty that either you paid for or you may still need. So think about that. It's a good idea to be self-sufficient, but realize that when you make purchases and you buy extra warranties, there's a stipulation that goes along with that. So remember that. Think about that before you run off and get something repaired. One, you may not have to pay if you have a warranty, all right? And it's worth a look to find out through your bank statements or your bank. You can call or go in and just make it real quick. Say, hey, is there a warrant? Can you look through my account, please, and find the warranty for this company? And if they can't find one, maybe you didn't pay for a warranty. And then, you know, I said all that to say, think about it before you actually go opening up your stuff or actually go take it to somebody else to do it. Because one, you could lose out on something you paid for, or, you know, you could waste your money and end up spending more money in just a couple more months. If you're like me, I have destroyed some phones, let me tell you. I don't know. Every once in a while, I just get the dropsies, and that's it. I dropped one off a motorcycle one time. Never did find that one. Had to cancel all of the accounts. It was horrible. So think about that. You know, it's nice to have tools that you can use, but think about your warranty and whether or not, you know, it's worth it. You might be able to take it to a certified technician and get it done for free. Think about that. Think about that. So, and we still haven't found the plane. Unfortunately, the Malaysian flight, the families, hearts out to them. And I know it's hard to think about all this tragedy, but you know, even the mudslide. Unfortunately, in Washington, they may be digging out bodies late into the late fall, autumn sometime, and that's a horrible, horrible piece of news. But what are you going to do? disaster happens, tragedies strike, you know, it's part of being allowed to be on this plane, on the planet Earth, is that, you know, nothing's perfect, and things will happen, and I think I still think it's sad, you know, because oh yes, I read that iPhone 5S allegedly has capability with gyroscope technology to be able to do something like send off an alert if in fact elevation changes rather quickly. I think it's great. I'm not saying go out and buy that phone, but I'm saying it's worth a look, and you should check that out. Check that out if that's something that appeals to you. If you live in California, or if you live in an area where your town has been affected by the drought, and then there's a fire, and this is usually how it happens. There's a fire, and then the terrain changes, and then before you know it, the roots of trees and all that stuff, they used to hold the ground in place on a hill or on a deep slope. And now that they're gone, now that they're burned up or that thing is dead, the root system kind of swivels up a little bit, and before you know it, there goes the side of a hill, or there goes the side of a mountain, you know. So it's something to think about. If you live in those areas, start thinking about ways that you can plan in case something like that happens in your area. So while it is a tragedy, and it is a tragedy, you know, that's a lot of people just to be buried under dirt like that, and unfortunately we're going to see more of it. Unfortunately, around the world we're going to see more of it, and that's sad. But what's not sad is being able to have the opportunity to plan and talk to your family, because maybe one of those young geniuses in your family might have an idea or an angle or a perception that you hadn't thought about. So that would be good. So, of course, wearables are hot right now. I mean, from whatever you do, there's a wearable app for you. Check that out. I'm really loving the ability to count your steps. I know that stuff is all kind of small, but the ability to take a whole bunch of different programs and put them together and get a picture of what's going on, whether or not what you're doing is successful, that's smart technology. That's news you can use, and it's worth paying for. So I really love it. And you know, back in the day, they had this character called Dick Tracy. He was the first guy I saw with a watch, you know, that could do anything. He was talking to his partner, you know, his sidekick or whatever, and they was making plans while he was on the scene checking something out. That day's come. I mean, it came right before Christmas last year. So if you have one of those devices, also, I'd like to know if you have a review, if you made a video of them, I'll share that on all of my sites, gladly, with your permission. So want to take this time to tell you about, if you have a techie bone in your body at all, something really cool. And it's called SanDisk. The SanDisk, you see that? That's a flash drive, right? And you can put an operating system on this and run it live. Or you can put a utility on this and run it live anywhere. How sharp is that? So if you need to crack somebody's password because they forgot it, and if you have family like I have family, it's an almost every week occurrence. But if you have your little password oath or whatever allegedly that you have, you can pop this in there. You can pop it on this. And I have it on my site information where you can get a USB imager that won't cost you any money, because there are some companies charging for the ability just to put to be able to make your flash drive into a flash drive where you can have live programs on it, and you don't have to pay. If you understand, there's such things as called open source, and Linux is one of those. That they have a ton of departments, and they have a ton of software that people just don't know about. So as well, if you're an XP user and you're just fed up, your company's used XP, there was no warning that in your mind that XP could ever go away, and your business, any kind of downtime, you're in trouble. Any amount of time, and you know that's money, and nobody can afford to lose money right now. As bad as that sounds, check out Linux.org. Go to Ubuntu. Go to Kali.org. Any one of those, and go to their main site, which is all under Linux and Ubuntu basically, and check them out. And I have several links on my sites so that you can have easy access. And if you listen, and I know this is going to sound funny, because you may think, where's he coming from with that? Why would he say that? Ew, yuck, yucky, nasty, icky poo, dirty birdie cock-a-doodie, allegedly. If you love porn, you shouldn't have to lose your machine over it. If you know someone that occasionally likes or needs to relieve themselves, whatever the reason, go to memesIT.com, memesIT.com, and at the top, the last page is called Coffee House Safe Surf. As soon as you see coffee, just click that. You'll be taken immediately to the page that says just browsing. The first thing at the, down from the top of the page is just browsing. And under that is free live CD. Now you say, well, Sean, why would I need a live CD when I can just use SanDisk to put a live CD on? Well, unless you're really good, then you can close off all the other avenues of the extra space that you have on your USB flash drive, which I recommend SanDisk, because this thing runs and runs and runs and runs without breaking. I think it's great. And they're not paying me yet. They're not paying me, but I'm telling you about it because it's so great, and I use it. And it hasn't failed yet. So, but right underneath just browsing is free live CD. Click on it, and it should take you right to the download from that organization, that website, and it's an ISO. And the reason that I say put it on a CD, good people, is because you probably already know this. Who knows it? Raise your hand. You don't have to raise your hand. Because if you have a CD, even from the dollar store, man. See that? I'm going to teach you. You're going to learn today. All right already. All right. CDR means read only. And I got this from the dollar store. I think they gave me 2 or 3 of them for $1, maybe 4. For $1. All right. 3 discs. But see that CDR? That means read only. That means once you write to it, you won't be able to write to it again. And that's huge. That's important because if you just go to cybernetworknm.org and give them a call and ask them if they have a little coffee house machine, a laptop that you could buy for next to nothing, you know, sometimes under $50, sometimes under $100, sometimes under $80, just because it's older and it doesn't look pretty and all that, and it's not aesthetically pleasing, to me, hey, kudos, yes, give me that thing. And you can go to the coffee house, pop in just browsing, and you know, those people you think are checking people's stuff out, they are. I'm here to tell you, they are checking people's stuff out and snooping and sniffing and snorting and trying to get whatever information they can. Heaven help you if you use online banking on something that isn't secured or that may not be configured properly and leaves data just right there, you know, so that it can be sniffed. And there's a lot of news about that. And we'll talk more about that in the future. But hey, listen, why take your good stuff to a coffee shop if you don't have to? That means you got to sit there and you got to ask them. If you have to go to the laboratory or the restroom, all right. If you got to go take a pee and you have to ask somebody to watch your stuff, you know that's awkward. And you don't really know who's that. I mean, maybe you do. But why take that chance? Why take somebody putting on, regardless, you can go to the restroom with an older laptop, you know, and you can keep that thing under your seat in your car or whatever, so the sun won't destroy it. And every time you go to the coffee shop, you just load up your little just browsing CD, and you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry because it's read only. That means nothing can be slipped in. So, and for porn, viruses cannot get penetrate. I mean, there's nowhere for it to go. There's nowhere for the virus to go if you're using a live CD. And this time, I really mean CD. And I wouldn't advise using. And you know, allegedly, just browsing says you can. But if you, I think you should know a lot more than the average user to be able to close all those doors with extra space on a flash drive. Okay, now I advocate Kali Linux over here with a flash drive, and you can go to Kali, Kali.org, and you can get your own network penetrating, because it's an open source. However, one warning there, only use penetration testing on your own network. And if someone asks you to do it to help them out, get it in writing that they gave you permission to do it. Trust me, folks. Trust me. If you don't trust anything else I said, get it in writing when it comes to penetration testing, and make copies. Put it somewhere safe. You know, mail it to your mama or whatever, because it's your get out of jail free card. That means you don't have to pay a lawyer. You don't have to. You can just give that to the judge. Say you'll be representing yourself, and give that to the judge, and let him see or her see that you had proper authorization. Because why? Rule number 1: stay out of the booty house. So, but you know, if you go to justbrowsing.info, if you don't even want to go to my site, you can get this CD and download it and burn it to a read-only CD, and you're in business. You can go to the coffee house, leave your thing running, go socialize all around the place, and go to the restroom, go out to the parking lot to have a smoke. Unless you're at, you know, one of those cool coffee houses and you can smoke because it's a private club or something like that. Or they meet the requirements because they have big bay doors or whatever, and they open those doors. There's all kind of loopholes for everything. But I really want to let you know about that because it's heating up and it's feeling real good out there. You know, and you know, the ladies are and the men are starting to take off a little bit of clothes or show a little bit more skin, and you know, let the sun do its magical thing to, you know. But it can drive you crazy. And I would say, find someone, get to know them, fall in love, get married, and just mash the gas all you want. That's your business. Ask your pastor. Ask Pastor Rudy Rasmus at St. John, downtown, Houston, Texas. Crawford, and great place. Him and Pastor Rudy and Pastor Juanita Rasmus. If you like good praise music and you like a good word on Sunday, go check them out. Big ups on his new book, Pastor Rudy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All the prayers, all the words of inspiration, all the advice. Oh my God. I've never seen two people more in love in my life. Honestly, like Pastor Rudy and Pastor Juanita. I mean, you can feel it. It ain't fake at all. I mean, they really do. It's a wonderful place. It's a wonderful place. If you're not religious, I'm not religious. If you're not religious like I am, you're gonna love it, because they are not about putting anybody down. They want to uplift people, and they do. They feed, oh God, they feed so many people. They don't have to do that. They spend a lot of time doing a lot of things without any fanfare. They don't need any fanfare. They have each other. So, but my whole point is, if you are one of those people, I mean, that a certain time of day, or you can't take it no more or whatever. If you got to do it, just browsing. Don't put everything at risk because you want to go, check out, I don't know. I don't want to name no names, but justbrowsing.com. If you have ever got the FBI money pack, terrible little program written to disrupt your use of a computer and the internet. Terrible, absolutely terrible. Or smoke, a ghost, all that kind of crap. You can avoid it all with a live CD. Go to my site, meemsit.com, meemsit.com, and click on the page all the way to the right at the top called Coffee House. Click on that, and you can just go right and download that live CD today, and you won't have any more concerns about viruses and all that crap when you're out there. So we did highlight a huge story about leaving your Wi-Fi on your phone on all the time, and that's another thing that's supposed to be allegedly good about the iPhone 5S. Is that it's no longer gonna, as you drive, it's supposed to have technology built in to not continually put your information out there as you drive down the street. It's supposed to not look for open Wi-Fi spots or hotspots and all that good stuff. It's supposed to not give out your information. So if you don't know what's going on, check out a couple of our videos, because there's a lot going on, and most people just don't have a clue. And that's why you got a crazy ninja like me. You don't have to read through all this stuff. I mean, I think that you should take some time and stay abreast of technology and the news, tech news, because it pretty much envelops or it encompasses everything today. I mean, it almost everything. So if you don't like to read, show a ninja some love. I'll read for you. I will daily tell you what's happening. All right, and if that's cool with you, hit like and hit subscribe, because I'll be that. I'll be that. Right? Let's see if we can get some more of this. JT. Maybe not. I think this is Prince right here. Ah, the sounds of spring. That's all I can say about that. The sounds of spring. So, let's see. How long have we been going? Let me see if there's something else more important. I know I'm leaving something out, but we'll have another show tonight. Hopefully, if things go right. So it looks like people are peacefully demonstrating and recording, and video, pictures, audio out at the big city, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and it looks like people are getting along. They had a meeting last night and kind of squashed some rumors and got everything straight. There was one bad actor out there last night or the night before. He came back again, and I think they arrested him. But he had like an AK allegedly, and he was just getting buck wild and rowing. And there was a lot of demonstrators, because I like to say demonstrator until because a protest is one thing, a demonstration is another. And when you're peacefully assembled, that's a demonstration of your rights, as a United States citizen. However, when tensions rise so high and it's no longer a peaceful demonstration anymore, that's a protest. There's a difference. So last night there was a major meeting for anybody that wanted to attend, and they got some things straight. And so it's been really calm. Nothing crazy has gone on. Thank goodness. And allegedly, I can't see it, but there's a majority. I don't really believe this. That maybe Tesla still might still in fact allegedly come to New Mexico. You believe? Check it out for yourself. Believe what you want. I think that the authorities allegedly have kind of messed that up for us, and the governor being so quiet, forget it. I mean, why? It's almost election time, so it's a real weird time in New Mexico. Really weird time when it comes to, I mean, it just seems so backwards that the governor wouldn't be all over this, especially at this time. However, quiet as a church mouse on Sunday, ain't said jack, allegedly, and could not be reached for comment. And she lived down the street. Believe what you want. But, yeah. There's a ton, and I think there's a ton in the news just because technology it's just made it into our worlds. So I hope that you were able to do some really good tricks or, jokes, gags for April Fools. I hope it was. My wife pulled one on me today. She got me good too. She wasn't at work very long, and she gave me a call and said, "Hey, come pick me up." I was like, "Okay," and you were like, "No, don't come pick me up. I still have my job." No, she was like, "I got fired," and I was like, "All right, I'll be right there." She's like, "No, hi, April Fools," and I was like, "Oh, you got me." I was actually happy. I hope they fire my wife. Please fire my wife. She's one of those dynamic people that just is underappreciated, unfortunately, and it looks like nothing is ever going to change in that regard because she's just efficient. And you know how when you have something that works really good, it doesn't really get on your mind until it doesn't work really good anymore. And that's kind of how it is. She is so efficient. When she actually left the Houston office, it took 2 people and 8 months to replace her. Anyway, excuse me. I hope they do fire her. I really do, because she deserves better. And it looks like, I mean, she enjoys what she does, not because it's hard work, but because so many people benefit from it in the community. She helps a ton of people who wouldn't otherwise, well, you know, most folks wouldn't care to help people in this regard, and really save them a lot of time, money, and life and energy. And so, kudos, big ups to Mrs. Sanchez. Love you, baby. Yeah, she got me good. She got me good. Cyber Team launched in the UK, allegedly, and that's good news. That's good news, because all of you techies out there, that means that if they're starting to employ such things in real life as cyber units, you might have a shot at doing something you love. And nothing beats doing something that you love to do every day. So keep your eyes on it. Keep your head up. Keep your hopes up high. You know, if you get good at something, if you get really good at something, generally it is international truth and law that you won't have to worry about whether or not you can put food on the table, because if you just do what you love, success will somehow magically follow. And hell, if it doesn't, guess what? You've been doing for a certain amount of time what you love to do, and getting money put in your bank account for it. Nothing beats that. But if you're a young techie, check that story out. Cyber Unit. That's awesome. So, and you know, I'm a geek, and I hope you're a geek. If you're not a geek, I hope you become a geek somehow, so that we can all enjoy the future. And now, I mean, there's never been, in my opinion, my humble 2 cents, is that there really has never been a better time to be alive. That's the way I feel about it. I really do. I feel like this is the best time to be alive, period. And you be careful. You should always be suspicious of people that, oh man, I wish I could go back. I wish it was like it used to be. And you have to. Every time I hear it, I just cringe a little bit and go, well, why? Why would you want to go back? Why? To what? You know, for who? What? You know, I could see it maybe to see some old family or something like that. But the way the times work, I mean, women, think about it. Women still aren't getting paid the same amount of money because they're women. And if you go back, the further you go back, whatever that means, you know, the least they get less and less money. So why would you want to go back to a time that you know, just treads all over women and forget about it? People of color, forget about it. Forget about it. I think right now, and this ninja, you can already hear, folks, is the best time to be alive. Period. Period. Why? Why? Because you're here. Because you're here. And you're here. And you're free. And you're free. And you have the power to make up your own mind. When you hit 18, you can hit the dough. You can hit them bricks. Peace. You know, that it wasn't like that not too long ago. Forget it. So that's my Seanism take for the day. You know, if you find some stories that affect people and you think they ought to hear about it and you don't want to do this, I encourage you, if you want to get your own, and that's why I have the new Google stuff up here, and Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, because in a way they're actually paying me, because they're allowing me to use their stuff for free, and nobody else is doing that. No, you can check all you want. It gets kind of wild. I mean, there's so many rules. There may be others doing it, but there's so many rules that you know, and the quality is not there a lot of times. So that's why you can see you see Google right there, you see YouTube, and you see a little Twitter bird with the cute eyes, and little Facebook down there with the thumbs up. The reason why is because they're giving me an opportunity that I don't have to pay extra for. And I can tell you, this stuff adds up. Websites, web names, servers, all that stuff, equipment and time, and then you got to buy ISP service, and et cetera. It goes on and on and on. And to be able to just put up, I'm using a pretty good camera, but to be able, if you just have a basic USB cable, USB cam, you're in business. You're in business. If you can make some simple agreements, you can have a show about whatever you want. Ninja, you can talk about whatever you want. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, and you have some good news, drop us a line. My name is Sean. This is memesit.com, and I would love to share it with people for you. And if you don't want me to say your name, I won't. But if you don't mind me giving you a plug or giving you a shout out, I'd love to share your story. If you have something to share with the people that benefits a whole lot of people, I'll do it. I ain't scared. I ain't scared at all. But I like to keep these short because it takes a while for them to get decoded and everything. If you come on back, if you like what if you just want to hang out with a crazy ninja, just come on back. Anytime you want to see me, again, just hit play. I'll be here. I'll be here. Thank you. Thank you. Remember, be good to yourself. Take some time to really enjoy your life, as Steve, my man Stucker, usually says. And be good to yourself and be good to others. And remember rule number one. Remember rule number one. Come back and see me. Have a good day.